So if you're going to do a putting video, which this is what this video is about, it's going to teach you how to make more one putts. I can't think of a better place to do it at. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge, Arnold Palmer's home, where there's been so many memorable putts made, and possibly the best putter ever to play the game. Before we dive into the drills, we want you to meet our guest pro who's going to help us in today's video. Then we'll show you how to quickly set up the One Putt Trainer, which we're going to use in 8 of our favorite putting drills to help you become a better putter and one putt more often. Oh, and make sure to stick around to the end of the video so we can let you know how to get one of these One Putt Trainers for free. So you may notice a better looking member of the group than what you're usually seeing from us. We've recruited our good buddy, Director of Instruction at Isleworth Country Club, Matt Borchert. He's going to keep us from having this video be 4 hours long. Matt's a really good putter, and he's going to help us with the drills you're going to see today that are really going to help you become better one putters. Setting up your One Putt Trainer is easy and quick. You're going to pull the first puck out of the box, put it in the ground nice and flat. You're going to use the gauge and the arrow to line your putt up. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good aim right there. Now I've got 3 options. I've got the outside hole for the widest setting. So if putting's not your bag, you may want to start on the outside hole. Then you're going to use the corresponding outside hole in the arrow. If I'm decent putting, I'm going to start in the middle. That's the normal setting, middle hole in the arrow. Or if I think I'm pro level, I'm going to start on the inside hole and then the corresponding inside hole of the arrow. I'm going to make an indent, pull it out, make another indent, then it's ready to go. I'm just going to replace this puck back into the ground. Use my big arrow to make an index hole here, replace the golf ball. That's where I'm going to hit my putts from. That's going to help you make more one putts. All right, so what we've got set up here is our start the ball on line drill, and it's a pretty important skill when you're putting. When you see that with your students?
Absolutely, job one.
Job one. So we're going to set up, or we have set up, a straight 4-foot putt. We've got it on the medium setting, and Matt's only goal here is to get that ball through those gates into the hole. Once he gets comfortable doing that, you can tighten the gate and or drop it back 2 feet, another 2 feet until you get really comfortable starting it on line for a straight putt. All right, Matt, let's take a look. And that's it. Matt's a professional athlete, so he made that look really simple. Some of you are going to have a struggle getting this through online. Widen the gate if you need to. If not, get about 80% through, then back it up and or tighten the gates.
All right, Matt, so we've got a break and putt here. We've got a 10-foot putt on a 2 slope. And normally with golfers that we work with everywhere during lessons or at golf schools, they underread this putt. So let's go ahead and have you set up to the putt here. Kind of a normal read is just outside right edge. And let's see what that looks like. So very common right there. Amateur putt usually reads on the low side. Matt's a great teacher. Where do you see golfers normally read putts?
100% of the time, low.
So, and then without the pucks though, to guide them, what will they normally do usually?
They'll either try to block it up the hill or they'll try to decel and kind of start it more low on the line.
100%. So the great thing about the One Putt Trainer is that instead of allowing you to make that adjustment, the normal golfer will get in here and push the next one up the line, basically. Well, this won't allow them to do that. So we've got a great way to practice your green reading. So let's go ahead and have you make the adjustment here with the puck. So Matt's going to set the gauge on the puck and put the aimer where he thinks it needs to go now based on where that first putt was.
Take a look at it.
Yep, so we're going a little more right.
Might be a little high.
That looks a lot better though, right?
Yep,
the pro side would be the high side.
Right, have a chance to die the ball with the correct speed in the hole. So let's try that.
Good. Perfect. You think you got enough there now?
I hope so.
All right.
We'll find out. That's got a chance.
And there we go. Perfect way to use the training aid. Made that putt. Now when he gets on the golf course and sees a similar slope, he's training his eye to read the break, right? So he's going to know there's no way this is right edge when he sees a slope like this. He's going to aim it where it needs to go. And then he can make the same stroke every time instead of on every breaking putt, making a different stroke. There's no way to get consistent. So good job, Matt. And that's how you learn to read putts using the One Putt Trainer.
Matt, have you ever had a scenario where a golfer complains about they can read the putt fine from behind the ball, then when they get over it, it doesn't look like the same line?
Once or twice.
Once or twice, right? So by using the One Putt Trainer with the long arrow, all we did was put a T in the middle hole. Now you're going to be able to train your eye so you see the same line over the ball as you do behind it. And what it does is it creates like a little swivel arrow. And your goal when you step into the putt here is to push your face up against the putter face, up against the back of the arrow, and adjust that until this front arrow is pointing dead between these two pucks.
Yeah, there we go, about right there, square.
And if that looks off to you, play with your neck alignment so you can make sure that, you know, not all of our eyes are symmetrical or level in our heads. So you want to play with the neck tilts until this arrow matches what you see from behind the ball.
Really good.
How we looking? Straight?
Straight as an arrow.
There we go. That's the drill. It's pretty simple, but it's super valuable if you have a hard time seeing the line over a putt. All right, Matt, so we've got a distance now where we're not a very high make percentage, right? And you can just sum it up in general. You're going to miss more putts than you make, no matter how good of a putter you are. So what we're going to work on here is our ability to stop the golf ball where we want to. So we've got a 20-foot putt, and your goal here is just to get that ball as close to that puck as possible. You at home, you want to hit 10 putts, and then measure your shortest to your longest, see what kind of dispersion you have, then come back the next practice session and try to beat that uphill and downhill. Matt, we're not going to bore everybody with 10 putts. We're going to hit 2.
Okay.
Put the pressure on you. That's about as close as you can get.
Decent. Yep.
That's what a good putter should do. So that dispersion is maybe no dispersion, right? And that should be your goal. You may start off with these balls 4 feet apart. You come the next practice session, try to get 3.5 feet, try to get 3 feet. Whittle this away, no matter, everybody starts at some point, whittle it away. Now let's see what we can do downhill.
All right.
You set the bar really high on those uphillers. All right, so we're gonna try to get pretty darn close to that on these downhillers. Now, reason we like using these pucks instead of putting to a hole is a lot of guys will start to get locked into the target of the hole thinking that's the end goal. We're working on stopping the ball. So you might make one that if the hole wasn't there would go 4 or 5 feet by. That's not the skill we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure we know how to stop the ball. So let's see if you can come the same dispersion as you did on the uphillers.
Okay.
All right. All right, pretty good. You had a high bar. We would call this at 1, 2, about 3 feet. And a good target to shoot for is 10% of the distance of the putt. So if you're doing a 30-footer, get everything inside of 3 foot. 40-footer, everything inside of 4 feet. 20 feet, everything inside of 2 feet. You want to have another crack at it?
Yes, sir.
I knew you would. But it's good for the touch, right? That you go hitting it firm uphill and then immediately follow up with the downhill.
Absolutely. Really plays tricks with your brain.
All right, tighten it up a little bit. So we know what Matt's going to work on when he goes home. He's going to work on some downhillers.
All right, so we've got another short putt drill set up here. I've got the 2 pucks set just outside the ball. And what this drill is going to teach you to do is learn how to square the putter face as you come into impact. It's also going to teach you to make the proper amount of acceleration into the ball, because I know I was taught this way, and I'm pretty sure you probably were too. We were taught to make a short backswing and a longer follow through, which can cause problems with the face angle. So for this drill here, you're going to take the putter back and then just kind of try to flush the putter head, flush up with these pucks. And if you can do that at the point of contact, the face is going to be square, and you might for the first time get a sensation for hitting a putt, what it feels like to hit a putt really solid and get it rolling end over end. So let's go ahead and give this a try, Matt. Get the ball just outside the
Pucks there.
The pucks and try to flush the face into it.
Yeah.
All right, so what did you feel that time?
Could feel the face kind of turn over a little too soon. The toe got over the heel and off to the left she went.
Okay, so this one, try to make the adjustment. Try to get the toe and the heel to flush into those pucks at the exact same time. And see if we can get one to roll end over end, just like that. Great putt for getting the proper acceleration and squaring the putter face at impact.
So one of the coolest parts about having the One Putt Trainer in your toolkit when you're improving your putting is that there's a progression you can make, a nice art of putting to a tour level. Now, the first time you get it out, these pucks are going to look kind of claustrophobic, right? They look a little narrow. You want to check, see if the ball's going to go through. Promise it will. You want to look for at least starting on a setting where you can only get about 2 out of 10 putts through it. Then you want to progress till you can get 8 out of 10. And once you can get 8 out of 10 on one of the wider settings, you want to, again, narrow the pucks, go to maybe the normal setting or the pro setting. We've got you set up on the pro setting because you're a pro. So we want to see if Matt, and the skill he's going to have to develop now, because we've had him on the wide setting all day. Now we're going to narrow him down. Does it look like the ball can go through there?
It has to be a pretty darn good putt.
There's not much margin for error, which is what we want to train to.
Absolutely.
Okay, so he's got the pro setting. Now let's see if he can do the same drill, making the face square, starting the ball on line.
Let's do this here.
No pressure. And that is why he's a professional. So you want to get to the point where you can go 8 out of 10 on the pro setting. May take some of you guys 8 hours, may take some of you guys 8 months. Doesn't matter. Everybody starts somewhere. The key is that you're continually improving, and you can do it with the One Putt Trainer. So an extension of what we just did on the pro setting is to move our entry point now up by the hole. Okay, so now we're really going to narrow our focus when we're standing over these short putts, especially. As you get better at doing this, you could back it up to maybe 8 feet. Start at 4 feet, maybe start at 3 feet. You want to give yourself enough space to where the ball will go through, but it's also going to feel a little bit tight, a little uncomfortable is what we're after. Again, use the 80-20 rule. 20% at first, work up to 80%, then back it up or narrow your focus. This is also great for breaking putts because breaking putts don't go in here. They come in the side door a lot of times. So you can just move this gate around the hole and really tighten up your focus for the entry point where we're going to make more one putts. So you've been pretty good so far. Let's keep it going.
I'll give it a shot. This is definitely going to tighten my focus up here.
There we go. There we go. So what I noticed on that one was the speed went down.
Yep.
So you've got to act like, convince yourself that those pucks are not there to keep that speed up.
Got to free it up. Stay focused and be free.
This is not an easy drill at the width we have it. We're challenging Matt. Good, good. That narrows your focus, right? That's
Absolutely.
better than just randomly picking a hole and trying to hit a dark object over here.
Oh, that's practice well done there.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, we've got one of the most famous putting drills of all time, made famous by probably the greatest golfer of all time, Tiger Woods, and it's the gate drill. And the great thing about this drill we've got set up here is it forces the golfer to hit the sweet spot of the putter. And it's not something you hear talked about a lot, but it's one of the most important skills in putting is hitting the sweet spot. It's the only spot that allows the putter face not to twist and you get the right amount of energy transfer into the ball, right? Which is important. So I've got the drill set up here. Go ahead and set up to this putt mat. And I've got each one of these pucks set the width of this little arrow outside of the ball. It's fairly wide at first, and that's how you want to start. Make it easy on yourself till you can get about 80%, and you can start moving these pucks in till you get the putter maybe a millimeter inside these pucks. Then you know you've got yourself trained to hit the sweet spot every time. So let's have Matt try that here. This will probably be pretty easy for him. He's a golf professional, so this one's not too hard. So let's do one more. Again, no problem. So from here, Matt would start bringing these closer and closer together till they're almost touching the putter. And when he comes out for the day, before he goes and plays golf, he can hit a few putts like this, make sure he's hitting the sweet spot of the putter. He heads out to the course. He's going to make, hopefully, all of his short putts. So there you have it. That's our favorite putting drills, and you can do them all with the One Putt Trainer. And the thing we love about these drills that we provided today is that they all provide feedback.
Yes.
And we say it all the time, if you're not using feedback when you're practicing, you're just exercising. And these drills are going to give you a way to get great feedback and improve your stroke so you can make more one putts. And before we wrap things up, we need to give a big, huge thank you, shout out to PGA professional John O'Leary. He's here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. We need to thank him for allowing us to use this amazing place today. It's kind of nice to be here, almost surreal in a way. I used to come here when I was a kid and watch the golf tournament, and what a great place to shoot this video. Again, thank you, John O'Leary. We appreciate it.
Thanks for watching the video. If you like the idea of being able to do all these drills and more in one small, lightweight, convenient package, you can always check out the One Putt Trainer on our store, shop.athleticmotiongolf.com. But for sticking it out and watching the whole video, we did promise you there's a way to get one of these for free. All you need to do to find that out is click on the link below in the first pinned comment. Thanks again for watching.